What's one of the things that have always been associated with skills, flair, and technique in football? Yep, it's the back heel.
And that is exactly what we'll look at today. Because while it might sound and look really easy, I mean, you kick the ball with your heel, right? There's more to it if you actually want to master it.
Now, before we talk about the actual technique, I sat down and browsed through the archives of YouTube to do a little bit of research. I know, my job is pretty awesome. But here I found that the pros primarily use the back heel for 4 variations. The first one is the classic one where you just kick the ball straight back with your heel. Number 2 is where you cross your shooting leg over your standing leg. Now number 3 is where they drag the ball back and then use the inside of the heel to kick the ball on, often to a teammate. And number 4 is the acrobatic slat hand version where you heel the ball in the air. If you've got the flexibility, that is. Obviously, it goes without saying that these should be used in different situations. The common for all of them is also that the best out there use this only as a backup when the heel is actually faster than turning around to pass the ball normally. So in other words, they know when to use the moment to their advantage, where the heel is the right option.
As I mentioned, the technique itself is not really that difficult. I mean, you have to hit the ball with your heel, right? But actually, it's all about generating power with the ball off your heel, this harder part of the heel. And also using a bit of the momentum you gain when you swing your leg. And then, of course, it's all about knowing where the ball is so you don't constantly have to look down to make sure you hit it and don't kick a big fat hole in the air. But the bit of technique you can actually take away, and that the pros do a lot, is that just after they've hit the ball, they really try to plant their kicking foot in the ground with a bit of force to generate a bit more power on the ball. And then they also use the fact that with this downwards trajectory you have when you swing your foot looking to plant it on the ground, well, you can hit the ball a little bit higher up, meaning that it will stay nice and low on the ground.
What you want to try and avoid is to swing your foot too much. I know, you may have to do it if you need a lot of lift or power on the ball, but in most situations, it'll make you lose control if you swing too wildly.
You also want to try and avoid leaning your upper body too much forward after you've done the swinging motion with your leg, because that will also cause you to lose balance. What you want instead is this little fast, swift executed controlled flick to make sure that you stay in control of the proceedings. The tricky part here is that it's difficult to train how and when to do this in a match unless you actually play a whole lot of matches, because it all takes practice and experience. So in time, you're gonna learn how to spot when to actually do the back heel simply by playing a whole lot of football.
To train the first 3 variations, I'd have some small gates scattered around a small area, and then practice trying to hit them from various angles while running using all 3 variations. Because this will give you a better precision and an understanding of where and how to use the back heel in a match.
For the air variation, I'd find something to aim for that could be an empty goal. Here you should stand in front of it with a little bit of distance to the goal and then throw the ball up in the air and use your heel to then put the ball in the net. Now it might be a little bit tricky to do, but the important thing is here to figure out how to angle your body to hit the ball straight with your heel, and then just practice, because it's worth spending time on, and if you can get it on lock, it's a very unexpected element to your game. So there you have it, my friends, a little bit of a glimpse into the magical world of the back heel. And as I mentioned earlier, yes, it does look pretty easy, and it can also be sometimes, but you can also really screw up unless you go and practice and find out when the right moment is to do it in a match. So go practice and it'll all come to you. Now what you should also do is that if you dig the Nike Victory Pack made for the Women's World Cup, that can also be rocked by men, Exhibit A. You can go and buy it on our store by clicking the link right over there. You can also go and learn some more skills by clicking the playlist right down there. And finally, you should go join the Unisport Life family in our journey towards 2 million subscribers by clicking the button right over there. Click the bell notification button and you're going to receive a lot of awesome content. With that, guys, I'm signing off. Cheerio.